From extramarital affairs and questionable link-ups to a very dark family secret, there's many skeletons in the closet that the royal family doesn't want you to know. But I made a list of all their biggest secrets, like the fact that faithfulness is pretty much a joke in royal marriages. Well, we all know how the king was cheating on his wife, the late Princess Diana, pretty much from the get-go. But did you know his dad doesn't have a clean slate either? Throughout their more than 70-year marriage, Prince Philip has been accused of infidelity on Queen Elizabeth numerous times. In fact, the Duke of Edinburgh and singer Pat Kirkwood were connected shortly after his marriage to the then Princess Elizabeth. As per numerous royal biographers, he not only had a few affairs with young, attractive women, but he's also known to believe that mistresses were okay as long as they remained hidden. The only daughter of Prince Philip and the Queen also engaged in relations outside of her famously dubbed loveless marriage. And like her brother, it became widely known. A British tabloid said it had gotten their hands on the couple's letters, but decided not to publish out of concern that they'd face a lawsuit. But it was eventually revealed that the princess had fallen in love with one of her equerries, British naval officer Timothy Lawrence. Princess Anne and Mark Phillips made their split announcement shortly after her affair became public. They got divorced in April 1992, and in December 1992, the Princess Royal wed her lover. Oh, and if you remember from the Netflix show The Crown, they showed how Princess Margaret also had extramarital affairs, reportedly with a guy half her age. Now, there were allegations of a relationship between Prince William and Rose Hanbury, Kate Middleton's best friend. I can't help but wonder, is adultery acceptable in the royal family or what? Speaking of The Crown, remember that spy? Yep, turns out the royal family has had a number of spy situations that they tried to hush up. Francis Walsingham, the first spy master in British history, was a member of Elizabeth I's inner circle and established a fascinating informant network. William Cecil, Francis Walsingham, and the Earl of Leicester were some of Elizabeth I's spies in the 16th century, and each of them oversaw a rival intelligence network. Although Walsingham is the most well-known, the other two ran independent networks with different customers and techniques, frequently smearing rivals and casting doubt on them. Elizabeth was in charge, though, and was intimately involved in daily choices, such as how to best torture particular individuals and how to seek denial when needed. The Queen made sure she used every spying technique at her disposal to overthrow Mary, Queen of Scots, in England. Also, Queen Victoria and her cabinet frequently disagreed on intelligence concerns. Political instability characterized her historical period, as amateur nation-state intelligence channels competed with royal intelligence channels. In fact, even after it was established in 1909, Britain's Secret Service, MI6, didn't receive official recognition until 1994. So the monarch avoided her cabinet and preserved her dynasty by using secret sources. Queen Victoria used royal intelligence sources to outmaneuver government decisions and policies and served as an early information gatherer. Now, they say, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. That might help explain this next royal secret. After confessing to being a member of the Cambridge 5 spy ring and leaking British secrets to Moscow, Anthony Blunt was given permission by Queen Elizabeth to continue working as her art historian for many years. Any sane person would wonder why. Turns out, there's a very big reason. Blunt was assigned on secret missions to recover artwork, jewelry, and valuable coinage that formerly belonged to the British royal family. At the request of the father of Queen Elizabeth, he also gathered private communications, and Blunt assisted in recovering approximately 4,000 letters. It was correspondence between King George VIII and Prince Philip of Hesse, Hitler's art agent and henchman. The letters revealed the royal family's connections to Germany's tainted past and explained why they preferred to keep Blunt's betrayal a secret rather than expose it. Before that, King George VI instructed MI5 MI5 to spy on his brother Edward and his American divorcee wife Wallis Simpson on suspicions that they supported Hitler. Wallis was deemed to be an unsuitable match for Edward because she was twice divorced and was thought to support a certain inhumane movement going around. So, when King George had the pair under surveillance, they learned that Wallis was up to no good. In fact, Hitler's foreign minister and Wallis also appeared to be dating. Now, King George VI was wary of everyone, and for good reason. So he asked the Met Police Special Branch to compile a secret dossier because he initially had concerns about young Queen Elizabeth dating Prince Philip. He wanted all the dirt on Philip's political views, allegiances, and background. Officers of surveillance provided information about Philip's foul language, disorderly living quarters, late-night drinking, and a Canadian lover. They also pointed out that Philip's sisters had pro-German connections through their marriages. As if that weren't enough, the king had doubts about Philip's loyalty in the event of a marriage, yet Elizabeth already knew what she wanted. By the way, another thing that the royal family likes to shush up are their strong ties to Germany, like their family name of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha, which was later anglicized to prove their loyalties to Britain. The truth is, they were all pretty German, and they've been outed a couple of times, like the old footage of the Queen Mother, young Princess Elizabeth and Margaret, with their pro-Hitler Uncle Edward doing the salute. Keeping his family's secret ties intact, Prince Harry was once photographed in a rather insensitive costume that he later had to apologize for. Now, The Crown exposed another deep, dark secret about the royal family. It was kept so hidden that even senior members of the family at the time were shocked to find out Nerissa and Catherine Bowles-Lyon were two of the daughters born to John Herbert Bowes-Lyon and his wife Fenella. That means Nerissa and Catherine were first cousins to Queen Elizabeth because John was the Queen Mother's brother. But sadly, they were never able to join the royal family. The sisters were labeled imbeciles in the early 1940s medical jargon because they never learned to speak. The family treated them as if they'd never existed and recorded them as dead while they were very much alive and sent away to a mental institution. The sisters, who were both special needs, were never claimed by the royal family because they wanted to keep their bloodline pure. The irony is, their affliction was due to the severe inbreeding in the family at that time. Both of them passed away at the institution, unknown and unclaimed by the family. You know someone the royal family should have never claimed? Prince Andrew. Yeah, I went there. Forget Charles's leaked phone conversation where he wished to be a tampon for Camilla while married to Diana. Why are Prince Andrew's crimes not talked about by the royal family? Virginia Roberts alleged in 2014 that she had forced encounters with this prince when she was a minor in 3 separate geographical areas. She claimed that she was being kept as a slave by the prince and his billionaire friend Jeffrey Epstein. But get this, a judge eventually ordered that all accusations against Prince Andrew be removed from court records after Buckingham Palace refuted them. Andrew resigned from official positions in May 2020 in response to criticism over his relationship with Epstein, and Queen Elizabeth II revoked his honorary military memberships and royal charitable patronages in January 2022. But they still like to stay tight-lipped over it, and there's talk of hush money going around too. Well, that's all for the royal family's biggest secrets. See ya!